There's something I've heard from so many friends over 60. Folks who take pride in staying fresh and clean. They'll say, I shower every day, use my nicest soap, but still, something just doesn't feel quite right by afternoon. Maybe you've noticed it too. A faint odor that seems to linger no matter how carefully you wash. Well, today, we're going to talk about why that happens. And it's not your fault. It's simply about those little hidden spots we all tend to overlook, especially as our bodies change with age. See, after 60, our skin becomes a bit more delicate. It might produce different oils than it used to, or we might not sweat the way we once did. And sometimes our sense of smell isn't as sharp as it was in our 40s or 50s. That means odors can quietly build up in places we'd never think to check. But here's the good news. Once you know where to look, fixing it is as easy as adding a few gentle seconds to your routine. That's why today we're covering 5 hidden spots most seniors forget to clean. Spots that could be the real reason for that stubborn smell. We'll start with 2 today, and I promise you, one of them will surprise you. Now, I want to be clear. This isn't about shaming anyone. It's about feeling truly fresh, confident, and comfortable in your own skin. Because when you take care of these little details, you're not just avoiding odors, you're honoring yourself. So let's dive in. First up, the back of your neck. Doesn't sound so mysterious, does it? But think about it. How often do you really scrub back there? For most of us, it's just a quick pass with the washcloth while we're rinsing shampoo from our hair. Yet this spot is a magnet for trouble. Throughout the day, sweat, hair products, sunscreen, even fabric from your collars all mix together right at the base of your hairline. It creates a sticky little haven for bacteria, and that's where the odor starts. I remember my neighbor Helen. She's 72, always impeccably dressed, but she told me she'd noticed her favorite blouses had this faint yellowish line along the collar. She'd washed them, but it kept coming back. Turns out, she'd never thought to gently scrub the back of her neck. Once she started, those stains vanished, and she told me, I feel lighter somehow, like I'm truly clean head to toe. So how do you fix it? It's simple. Tomorrow in the shower, take a soft washcloth with warm soapy water, something mild like oatmeal or glycerine soap, and gently scrub from your hairline all the way down to your shoulders. Pay extra attention to those little folds where your neck bends. Then rinse thoroughly and pat dry. That's it. Just 10 seconds, but it'll keep your clothes fresher and give you that just showered feeling all day. Now, let's talk about a spot that surprises almost everyone. Your belly button. Oh, I can see some of you smiling. It seems so small, so harmless. Why bother? But here's the thing. That tiny nook is deeper than you think. Over the years, it can collect lint from clothes, dead skin cells, natural oils. And if you've had abdominal surgery or weight changes, it might even form a little parquet. All of that becomes a cozy home for bacteria, and before you know it, there's a faint musty smell, even right after a shower. My friend Frank, who's 68, was convinced his washing machine was broken. His undershirt smelled fine going in, but came out with this odd sour note. His daughter finally asked, Dad, when was the last time you cleaned inside your navel? He laughed at first, but guess what? After just 3 days of gently swabbing it with a soapy cotton ball, problem solved. Cleaning it is easier than you think. Once a week, dip a cotton swab or soft washcloth corner in warm water with a drop of mild soap. Gently wipe inside your belly button, no digging, then rinse with a damp cloth and dry it completely. Moisture loves to linger there, and that's what causes trouble. If bending is tough, sit on a shower stool while you do it. This isn't about scrubbing hard, it's about being thorough in the gentlest way. Now, we've only covered 2 spots today, but already I hope you're feeling empowered. These aren't chores, they're tiny acts of kindness for yourself. And in our next part, we'll talk about 2 more places you might never think to check, including one that's hidden in plain sight. But before we pause, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed odors lingering despite good hygiene? Or maybe you've already tried cleaning your neck or belly button. Share your story in the comments below. Your tips might help someone else feel less alone. And if this resonated with you, please hit that like button. It helps me know what matters to you. If you're new here, consider subscribing and tapping the bell. We're a community here, learning and growing together, and I'd be honored to have you join us. Remember, you deserve to feel fresh, confident, and completely at ease. Take good care of yourself. I'll see you soon.
You know, after we talked last time about the back of the neck and that surprising little spot, the belly button, I received so many wonderful comments. Margaret from Ohio wrote, "I never thought my navel could be causing that sour smell in my favorite nightgown." And Robert shared how cleaning behind his collar made him feel 20 years younger. That's exactly why we're continuing this conversation today. Because feeling truly fresh isn't about overhauling your routine, but about those gentle little adjustments that make all the difference. So let's pick up right where we left off. You might be surprised to hear that one of the most common odor culprits is hiding just inches from where we clean every single day. I'm talking about behind your ears. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I wash my hair and face religiously, and I believe you. But here's what happens. When we shampoo, that soapy water mostly rinses over the ears, not directly behind them. That little crevice where your ear meets your head, it's like a quiet valley where oils from your scalp, dead skin cells, and even traces of hair products love to settle. Over time, they create a waxy film that bacteria adore, and that's where that faint, musty smell begins. My dear friend Evelyn, who's 74, told me a story that might sound familiar. Her grandson hugged her one Sunday and whispered, "Grandma, why do you smell like old crayons?" She was mortified until she realized she'd been fastidiously washing her hair, but never actually reaching behind her ears. Once she started using just her fingertip and a dab of mild soap to gently clean there each morning, that odd smell vanished completely. She laughed later, saying, "All these years, I thought it was my perfume fading." The fix is beautifully simple. During your face washing routine, take an extra 10 seconds. With a soft washcloth or just your fingers, gently swipe behind each ear using small circles. Imagine you're wiping away the day's worries, no scrubbing needed. Then rinse well and pat dry completely. That last step is crucial because moisture loves to linger in those folds. You'll notice the difference, especially when you lean in for a hug or rest your cheek on a pillow. It's one of those tiny acts of self-care that makes you feel quietly confident all day long. Now, let's talk about a spot many feel hesitant to mention, but it's so important for comfort and health: under the breasts or chest folds. As we age, gravity and changes in skin elasticity mean these areas often form deeper folds. And when skin rests against skin, it creates a warm, slightly damp environment, perfect for bacteria or yeast to thrive. Even the cleanest among us might notice a faint sourness or persistent itchiness there, especially after a walk or during warmer months. But here's what breaks my heart. So many people suffer in silence, thinking it's just part of getting older. It doesn't have to be. Take my neighbor, Arthur, 79. He's an avid gardener, but started dreading his hobby because of a stubborn rash under his chest folds. He'd shower right after working outside, but never lifted the skin to clean underneath. His doctor gently explained, "Arthur, soapy water can't reach where skin touches skin. You have to help it along." Once he began using a soft washcloth to gently lift and cleanse those areas, the rash cleared within a week, and he told me, "I feel like I reclaimed my joy." Here's how to do it with kindness to your body. In the shower, use one hand to gently lift the skin fold. With your other hand, glide a soapy washcloth, mild soap only, underneath with soft downward strokes. No rubbing. Rinse thoroughly by directing water into the fold, then dry meticulously. A clean towel pressed lightly works, but if bending is hard, try sitting and using a hairdryer on the cool setting from a safe distance. And if you need extra protection, a light dusting of cornstarch helps keep things dry. Remember, this isn't about vanity. It's about preventing irritation and feeling truly comfortable in your own skin. We've covered 2 more spots today, but there's one last area we need to talk about. One that's literally at your fingertips, yet so easily forgotten. It's surprising how much freshness it can steal if overlooked. Before we continue, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever struggled with skin folds or noticed smells behind your ears? What gentle solutions have you discovered? Share them below. Your wisdom might help another viewer feel less alone. If this resonated with you, please hit like. It tells me what matters most to our community. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. We're building a circle of kindness here, where we lift each other up with practical, judgment-free advice. Remember, your comfort and confidence matter every single day. Treat yourself with tenderness. You've earned it.
Well, my friends, we've come to the last of our 5 hidden spots. And I'll admit, this one might seem obvious at first glance, but stick with me, because under your fingernails and toenails holds more secrets than you'd ever guess. Think about it. How often do we truly scrub beneath those nails? As we get older, nails thicken, ridges deepen, and bending to reach our toes becomes harder. And all those little crevices, they become cozy hideaways for dead skin, oils, garden soil, even cooking spices, all mixing into a quiet breeding ground for bacteria. That's why you might catch a faint sour note when you pull on socks or rest your chin on your hand, even right after washing. My friend Helen, 79, taught me this lesson beautifully. She took such pride in her manicured nails, always polished coral pink, but couldn't understand why her granddaughter wrinkled her nose during hugs. One day, Helen's nurse suggested gently brushing under her nails with soapy water. Helen was stunned when a tiny bit of lotion residue and lint came out from beneath that pretty polish. All these years, she told me, I thought clean nails meant looking clean. After adding a soft nail brush to her nightly routine, that mysterious smell vanished. Now she jokes, my hands feel as fresh as they look. Here's how to give your nails the kindness they deserve. Keep a soft bristled nail brush by your sink. At day's end, swirl it in warm soapy water, then gently brush under each nail, like you're painting tiny rainbows beneath them. No need to dig. For toes, sit on your shower stool once a week, soak feet in warm water for 5 minutes to soften nails, then use that same brush. Dry thoroughly, especially between toes. And if bending's tough, try a long-handled brush or treat yourself to a podiatrist visit every few months. It's not vanity, it's health. Fungal infections start in damp, neglected spaces, and trust me, you deserve better than that. Now, let's pause and honor how far we've come. Think about these 5 hidden spots. Your neck's shy curve, that little belly button valley, the secret folds behind your ears, the tender skin beneath your chest, and these hard-working nails. None of them are flaws. They're just places asking for a moment of kindness. And when you offer it, something shifts. You stand taller, knowing no odor lingers in the shadows. You hug freely, garden joyfully, lean in to whisper without worry. That's not just freshness, that's freedom. So I'll leave you with this. Growing older is a journey of grace, not surrender. It's about noticing what others overlook, especially in ourselves. These 5 small acts, they're love letters to your body. Proof that you still cherish the life you've built, the hands that held children, the neck that turned to watch sunsets, the skin that carries your story. So tomorrow in the shower, when you gently wipe behind your ears or dry beneath your folds, whisper thank you. Thank you for carrying you this far. Thank you for deserving tenderness. Now, I'd love to hear your story. Which of these spots surprised you most? Or do you have your own freshness secret? Share it below. Your words might give someone the courage they need. If this series lifted your spirits, please hit like. It helps me create more content that serves you. And if you're new here, tap subscribe and that little bell. We're building a circle here, one where we honor each other's journey with dignity and grace. Until next time, remember, you are worthy of feeling clean, confident, and deeply at peace in your own skin. Go shine, my friends. You've earned every bit of it.